So earlier, I was just having a conversation with Holy Spirit and identified something. I think my biggest mistake, or one of my biggest mistakes, was falling in love with God's will and plan for my life and turning around and trying to do it my way because of fear of me not being in control. And that's when I realized that I had to allow God to heal that part of me of not being in control. And I can only talk about me, but I identified and had to allow the Lord to show me where the root was and where the seed was planted. When you endure trauma as a young child, and don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful childhood. I had loving parents. But when you endure trauma young, and I think that the trauma that you guys can kind of understand, you can't control what happened to you, right? It happened and you couldn't do anything about it. And so the need to control came in at that time for me. Because I couldn't control that outcome, right? Because I couldn't stop it from happening to me. From there on, the seed was planted that I have to control whatever happens in my life, because that was my way of protecting myself, right? That was my way of saying I can be sure that this never happened again. And even though it never happened again, the thing about it is that it did happen, and the seed of having to control everything was planted. And so what I had to do was uproot that seed. What I had to do was allow God to redeem that part of me, and heal that part of me. And so through this, Elliot, what are you saying? What I'm saying is that if we are not careful, we will hinder the plan of God, or delay the plan of God for our lives because of our need to control things, And so this is something that I am continuously laying down before the Lord, because my trauma was screaming back up at me, well, you can let him be in control of some things, but you can't let him be in control of everything, because remember what happened last time when you were in control. And what I had to do was allow God to continuously heal